Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're cutting through some of the noise to bring you some really surprisingly powerful ways to refresh your living space. Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to being well informed about home decor changes that are pretty simple, but,
hmm
deliver those big aha moments. Our deep dive is pulling directly from a great resource called Room Refresh 10 Home Decor Ideas. It's got these fantastic, actionable tips kind of distilled down. So, our mission today, let's unpack these ideas. We want to explore the why behind them, not just the what, and show you how even really small shifts can make your home feel dramatically different. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and I think understanding the why is so important. It's not just about following a trend. It's about getting those core principles that make these decor tips, well, work so well. We'll look at how these simple tweaks can tap into design fundamentals and honestly, even affect your well-being, how a space really feels.
That's a perfect way to frame it. Okay, let's start with something that sounds simple, but wow, the impact. Adding greenery. The source definitely highlights how plants bring instant life, that warmth, to a room. But what about those of us who maybe struggle, keeping even a cactus happy? Are there good options that aren't like constant work?
Oh, absolutely there are.
Yeah.
And this is actually where understanding something like biophilic design comes in.
Biophilic design.
Yeah, it's basically this idea that we humans have this innate connection to nature, and bringing even small bits of the natural world inside, it can genuinely reduce stress, help you focus.
Oh, interesting.
So for the, let's say, less green-thumbed among us, you've got low-maintenance heroes like the snake plant, pothos, peace lilies.
Oh,
They're tough, and honestly, for zero upkeep, high-quality faux plants are totally a thing now.
right. Some look incredibly real.
They do. The trick is picking realistic ones and mixing them with natural textures and placement. Think about maybe hanging planters by windows, draws the eye up, or
Yeah.
succulents on shelves for texture, or even a tall plant in an empty corner. It just naturally fills and softens the space, guides your eye.
I love that insight about biophilic design. It really explains why it works beyond just looking nice. Okay, so from bringing life in, let's talk about making a wall really yours. Idea two, the gallery wall. How can you get that unique personal look without, dropping a fortune on fancy artwork?
Right, and this is where you get to be really creative and tell your story. It definitely doesn't need to cost a lot. The source suggests mixing things up, different frames, prints, quotes, and especially personal photos. That's key.
Okay.
You can find amazing, affordable printables online. Or even, make your own stuff. DIY pieces work great.
So it's about the mix.
Exactly. The key to making it look cohesive, sort of professional, is often about having a visual anchor. Maybe one bigger piece or a theme that everything else kind of relates to, and play with the rule of odds. 3, 5, 7 pieces often feel more dynamic than an even number.
Rule of odds. Got it.
Yeah, and definitely experiment with layouts on the floor first.
Yeah.
Move things around till it feels right. Saves putting extra holes in the wall.
Yes, definitely a brilliant practical tip there. Lay it out first. And speaking of creating atmosphere, let's move to number three. Candles and warm lighting. It's just amazing how much lighting alone can completely change a room's vibe, isn't it?
Oh, totally transformative. And what's really fascinating here is thinking about layers of light. Yeah,
Layers.
most rooms just have that one overhead light, right?
Mm.
Just often kind of harsh. Instead, you want to aim for ambient light, like fairy lights, floor lamps, then task lighting where you need it, maybe for reading, and then accent lighting, decorative lamps, or candles. Layering creates that depth, that warmth. Also, think about the color temperature of the bulbs. Warm white light, maybe around 2700 Kelvin, feels cozy, inviting. Cooler tones can feel a bit sterile sometimes.
Right, that makes sense.
And scented candles, they're a double whammy. You get the soft glow for ambiance plus a lovely scent. Makes a home feel really relaxing.
Yeah.
Try clustering them on trays, maybe mix them with books or vases. It looks quite elegant, creates a little focal point.
Layers of light. I like that. It's like dressing the room properly.
And on that note, dressing things up, let's talk about idea 4. Throw pillows and blankets. It seems like such a small thing, but it instantly makes a sofa or bed look more, I don't know, professionally styled.
It absolutely does. And it's honestly one of the quickest, easiest updates you can make. Switching out pillows and blankets lets you match seasons, try a new color scheme, or just, wake up a tired piece of furniture.
Yeah.
The source really encourages mixing patterns, playing with textures, think velvet, cotton, maybe some faux fur. Adds depth, visual interest.
So don't be afraid to mix it up. Definitely not. And don't shy away from bold colors either. They can add so much warmth and make it feel inviting. Just maybe Be mindful of scale. Sometimes using too many small, fussy pillows isn't the way. A few larger, well-chosen ones can actually have a bigger impact.
Less is more sometimes.
Okay.
And if you're after a bit more drama, more personality, idea 5 suggests an accent wall. That sounds like it could really create a strong focal point.
Oh, it's an immediate way to define a space, add some serious depth. You could choose a bold paint color, maybe use wallpaper, or even those peel and stick wall panels are pretty good now.
Right.
It creates this powerful focus, draws your eye, makes even a simple room feel much more designed, more intentional. They work really well in bedrooms, say behind the headboard, or in the living room to highlight one area. Even a long hallway can benefit. And if you're renting and painting is a no-go, peel and stick wallpaper is brilliant. No commitment, big impact.
That's a fantastic tip for renters. Okay, idea 6 brings us to something surprisingly useful. Mirrors. We tend to think, check your hair, check your outfit, but the source says they do way more.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, mirrors are like magic tools for light and space.
Magic tools, I like that.
Seriously. They don't just reflect you, they reflect light. They can make small spaces feel much bigger by sort of visually stretching the room.
Ah,
Think about a big round mirror over a console table. Bam, instant focal point. Or you could even create a mirror wall to really bounce light around, brighten up dark corners.
wow, a mirror wall.
Yeah. And what people sometimes miss is how the style of the mirror frame itself changes the mood. A fancy ornate one adds grandeur, while a simple frameless one is more modern, minimalist. They're functional and fabulous.
That's a brilliant hack for making a room feel bigger without demolition. Okay, moving to idea 7.
Yeah.
Stylish storage. The usual thinking is storage purely functional, maybe hidden away, but this challenges that.
It absolutely should be both.
Oh.
Stylish storage is such a win for functional decor. It's like a double-duty item. The source suggests things like woven baskets, which look great, or maybe open shelving styled nicely, or even decorative storage boxes. You integrate them right into your decor. So you keep clutter, hidden blankets, books, kids' toys, whatever. But the storage itself looks intentional, looks chic.
Yeah.
It's about making storage part of the aesthetic, not something you just try to hide.
Perfect. Tidy and good looking. Okay, idea 8 is about impact. Swapping out lots of small wall things for maybe one bold statement clock or a big piece of art.
Yeah, this goes back to that visual anchor idea we talked about with gallery walls, but like on a bigger scale.
Right.
An oversized clock or a really substantial piece of wall art immediately draws the eye, grounds the whole room.
Grounds a room. Interesting.
Yeah, it instantly elevates things, gives it a more sophisticated, maybe even a designer feel.
Yeah.
Think big abstract prints, maybe a cool cityscape or those large canvas quotes you see. It creates that strong focal point and just feels more intentional than lots of little scattered bits.
Right. Makes sense. And if you're feeling creative and maybe want to save some money, idea 9 is all about DIY decor, getting hands-on.
Yes, this is where your personality can really, truly shine through. And it's often super budget-friendly. The source mentions things like crafting macrame wall hangings, or maybe painting an old vase to give it new life.
Oh, yeah, upcycling.
Exactly. Or designing and framing your own favorite quote. These projects are totally unique, one of a kind, and honestly, they're just a really fun way to put your stamp on your home. Even if it's not perfect, the story behind it adds character.
I love that personal touch. Okay, and finally, idea 10. This one costs absolutely nothing. Rearranging the furniture. Seems so basic, but the source says it's highly effective. Is it really that impactful?
This raises, an important question. Why does something so simple make such a difference? But it really does. A fresh layout, totally free, can dramatically improve the visual flow of a room. Yeah, how your eye naturally moves through the space. It can genuinely make a room feel brand new. Think about just moving your couch to a different wall. Maybe it opens up a walkway. Or shifting a reading chair to a sunnier corner. Or even just rotating your dining table 90 degrees. It might suit conversation better or catch the light differently. Even those seemingly small changes can completely transform how a space feels and functions. Make it feel bigger, or maybe cozier, depending on what you do.
So what does this all mean then? We've just walked through 10, I think, really accessible and impactful ideas from Room Refresh.
Yeah.
It seems pretty clear that even small, deliberate changes can make a genuinely big difference in how your home looks and feels.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully, you're feeling inspired to maybe look around your own space and think how applying even just one or two of these simple ideas could lead to somewhere that feels more organized, more inviting, more you. There really is a strong link between an intentional space, a space you love, and your overall sense of well-being. It's not just about looking pretty. It's about creating a sanctuary that actually supports you.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And as we wrap up, maybe here's a final thought for you to mull over. Which of these room refresh ideas, rearranging, adding color, clearing clutter, might also apply to refreshing other parts of your life? Simply by maybe rearranging what's not working, adding a bit of vibrancy, or clearing out some mental clutter. Something to think about.